I think it's working. I had to check to make sure it's working. I gotta like pump myself up to do this kind of shit, right? But it is what it is. I gotta defend myself sometimes, right? Let's just go down the rabbit hole to actually show you moderators actually editing my own posts so I can't even defend myself while people make up lies about me. So let's show this first one, right? So hopefully I do this right. So there's this dude, one of these dudes that was back on SRK that, along with most of the other people there, besides a few people who were trying to say I was going to be wrong about, say, the Dragon Ball Fighter Z game, right? You know what I mean? Downvoting me to hell so people couldn't see my posts. I was going to be wrong about everything. And then, of course, as I was right about everything, they started making up lies about me so people wouldn't see this, right? And there's this one dude, this Martian dude, right? Like, does this pop up? Do you see that? Can you see this? Hopefully it's popping up if I... It's popping up, right? I'm trying to move this thing, right? Oh, there we go. Anyway, so this dude, after I proved this motherfucker wrong, dude, right? He goes around on all the discords and all the Reddits, any form he can do to try to talk shit about me and say like, oh, Clayton says he actually found this. He's such a liar, blah blah blah. And I've called this motherfucker out multiple times. I'm like, well, who else found it then? And he's like, oh, I have this proof that you didn't find it, all this kind of shit, right? I'm like, where's the proof? He's like, this person did it. And I'm like, well, here's videos of me doing it before this person months ago, right? And also, weren't you part of SRK when I actually told you how to do this and you and all these other dudes said I was wrong? Anyway, so point is, if you can see this, so I see this motherfucker dude, right? And I'm like, oh, this is the same dude that goes around talking all this shit about me, right? How I stole all this stuff and he has proof of it, right? And then whenever I showed it was actually me, he runs away, right? Anyway, so the point is, I see this motherfucker on SRK. I'm like, oh yeah, hey, look, it's the same dude that was trying to say I stole this stuff. But look at this. I knew you were a part of SRK, so I posted a quote of you. You're the same dude who was so mad that I was right about everything. It no longer mattered if I was right or wrong at this point because I was an asshole, so you were never going to watch my videos again. I would say that's pretty much proof that I was, he knew I was right, but he didn't want to, he wanted to like give me a jab, basically. You know what I mean? He didn't want to like, it's like, hey, you're right, but you're an asshole, so I don't care, right? But of course, I'm like, oh, wait a second. He's trying to act like he doesn't start drama. Like, well, here's all these screen caps. I'm like, I can post all these screen caps of you starting drama. Well, you know what happened? Look at this. The fucking moderators start deleting all the screen caps, dude. They won't actually let me prove, which I mean, I guess you could go if you want to look it up. But, I just, it's making it easier for people just to show how shady people are. The moderators actually go around and delete my posts. They edit my posts. They will not actually let me defend myself. They won't let me call out all these dudes who continue to make up lies about me. Isn't that ridiculous? It's like, here's the proof. And there's actually, I could show you too. I don't want to like get into too many things, but because I don't want to waste too much time. Because I already rambled a little bit, right? Like the dude is in the PMs trying to like, hey, dude, make Clayton delete this. I don't want him exposing me. Could delete it for me. And these moderators agree. It's like, okay, we don't want Clayton to be able to defend himself. So we're going to delete the screen caps, proving that you are the one going around starting all this stuff, making up all these lies. Do you realize how shady that is? And that's the kind of shit I've told you guys about before. It sounds fucking ridiculous, right? But even a game like Guilty Gear, did you realize back in Guilty Gear, when I was winning all those tournaments all those years ago, dude, besides the very first ideas of things like jump install and FDC, and even back then they didn't even know about storing jump install. Again, I had to teach people how to do it right. But do you know that, again, I'll use Dragon Ball Fighter Z as an example. Do you know that people talk about all this fuzzy guard and shit like after you like land and you block? Do you know all this fuzzy guard kind of stuff was not even known in Guilty Gear until I told the community how to do it, dude? I was the one while I was going around to tournaments, and I still remember the examples I would give people because I was trying to show people easy ways to think of how to do it, right? The community never even knew about all this fuzzy guard shit, dude. Most of the knowledge that is even in Guilty Gear, besides a very few simple things, actually came from me. But the moderators would delete my posts, they would edit my posts, they didn't want me helping people. They would delete my post or edit my post, and then they would later post it as their own saying they found it, dude. That's the kind of fucked up shit this community would do to me, dude, right? I wish I had that kind of shit, but that was back during like the game combo days and that kind of shit. So I don't have those screen caps, but I'm sure if you could somehow get on game combos, you could see moderators editing my posts and all that kind of shit, dude. And anyway, so besides that, something else funny. What should I start off with first? I'll just expose this dude real quick first. So here's another dude. Oh geez, this is funny. This dude, he's Clayton cracks me up. Insane quad ball loop. He just does the EX ball 4 times, peak execution. Just does the EX ball 4 times, right? So someone shows me this, and basically the conversation goes that he actually has no idea how it's done, but he was just trying to take a jab at me, right? So I don't know, am I in the right thing? Anyway, so then I get in there after I see this, and I'm like, oh, so it's so easy. Insane Quabble just does uh, EX ball 4 times. Just balls. Does the ball 4 times. It's like, oh, okay, I guess I'm a fraud because I can't do every impractical training mode combo. You got me, bro. You're entertained. And I'm like, oh yeah, all these things that were impractical. Because remember, all the B&Bs that people use in this game weren't being used until I did them. Why don't you go watch the betas of this game, dude? Go watch Nakio and all this kind of shit, the top player. What do you think he was doing? He had the game for 6 months he was playing. Do you think that these dudes weren't doing anything in the game before I showed them how to do it, okay? Anyways, like, yeah, so no one had ever done a single staircase combo. You know, people weren't doing non-small bash ball links. They weren't linking after hard. It's like all these things that were impractical before that you guys do, I was the one that showed you guys how to do them, right? Thanks for exposing yourself. And it's like, oh, wait a second. Look at him. For the staircase combos, go on Teek's Twitter. It's all over. Oh, man, he fucking exposed me, right? But it's like, wait, dude. Actually, I did that right when the game came out. You can go check the dates, right? It's all over. He thinks he exposed me. Go watch my YouTube. Give me some views. It's right there, dude. I showed it right when the game came out, right? So what's the next one? Anyway, it's like, oh, okay, derp, derp, I beat you again. Oh, I don't care that much to check the dates. Oh, but he sure cared to, take random jabs at me on the internet, right? And I've seen this dude in the Team Gohan discords before talking shit about me, right? So I already know this dude's a fucking fraud, right? You know what I mean? And it's like, you don't care about the dates, but you are trying to expose me. Well, the dates right there shows that I'm the one that did it, right? Unlike any other lies you want to make up, blah, 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 right? So anyway, what is this? So then he starts complaining in the Team Gohan Discord. It's like, oh, I guess if you don't have knowledge of everything at any given moment, you're a liar. Well, I mean, yeah, if you're going to go around on the internet talking shit about someone that you have no knowledge about, that kind of does make you a liar, doesn't it? And he's like, oh, now the Harry Houdini guy, one of these shady dudes. Oh, sadly, it was how is one meant to see anything if one is blocked? It's like, oh, well, actually, I can see his YouTube stuff. I just want to go check. I didn't want to go and check through his library of 2 years. Like, okay, you wanted to talk shit about me, but you don't want to actually be knowledgeable about the subject, right? Anyway, point is, and here's this funny thing, this motherfucker, because we know this dude's shady, right? It's like, oh, I didn't see any argument about holding the button down, so I didn't know, because we're talking about this. They were talking about this, bomb loop stuff, right? Because this Houdini guy and all these Teen Gohan guys were talking shit about the bomb loop when I told them how to do it. They're saying it didn't work, but look at this. He said, I didn't see any argument about holding the bomb, so I didn't know it was a thing. Yet I got lumped in the Kungla. Well, that's too big of a word for me because Yasin had made the argument. So I investigated why. Oh, well, time out. Wait. This guy is saying he didn't know anything about holding down the bomb, but wait a second. Look at this. What is this? Is this it? Wow, we go back to right when I was doing it. I mean, Clayton was saying holding 1S was a completely different bomb, so Clayton was wrong. This motherfucker was part of it while they were saying I was wrong, dude. And now he's switching the story. He's flipped in the script saying he wasn't a part of it. I didn't know anything about it. Well, go check the other videos where I exposed this dude and all these other dudes making up lies about me. He was part of it, dude. But now he's trying to say I wasn't part of it. I'm innocent, right? Anyway, and this was funny too. So then someone shows me this, right? They're like, oh yeah, like look at this guy. Now he's talking shit about you that I blocked him. Because again, why would I be this guy? He doesn't need to watch me, dude. I don't know what the fuck this guy is. This had happened. So cool, you got blocked. Oh wait, it's the Houdini guy. Wait a second, what is this? What else does this guy show me? He sends me this. He's like, oh look at this. So this dude's trying to act innocent. Why is he fucking friends with people that have gone around on the internet saying that I faked being sick? These dudes that have profited off of making up lies about me, saying that I faked being sick, said that all this stuff I didn't do work, and then later posted it as their own that they found it. What a coincidence that they are all friends. Do you realize how fucking trash these people are, dude? That's why I don't respect the community, dude. People are so, it's like, what do you think I did? I like hacked your accounts to fake the dates. You guys all happen to be friends with each other. I think it's funny too. Like, man, what were some other funny things? Before I show you this, this is real fucked up, right, dude? Some of these dudes were going around and putting people's toothbrushes in the toilet. This is real fucked up, but I'm gonna show you something crazy. But that's why I say it's so crazy of all these tech lord dudes who go around making up lies around everybody, and the proof is all there, dude, right? And they've actually profited off it. And then you got dudes with their GoFundMe's because they're sick, yet then they have a gaming fund. You have dudes going around like, "Oh, Clayton, he said he wouldn't care if I got sick. He's such an asshole." It's like, well, did you see everything you said to me before? Did you see everything you were doing? It's like, oh, we don't want to post that because Clayton's the bad guy, right? Anyway, so last thing I'm going to end with, just to show you how fucked up this community really is. I told the story is one of the reasons that the community originally got a hate boner for me is back in the day when I was winning all these tournaments. There's a guy named Tom Ass who was not very popular, right? And as the story goes, I would defend Tom Ass, right? It doesn't matter if Tom Ass wasn't popular. I knew Tom Ass wasn't a bad guy, so I was going to defend him, right? It doesn't matter if Kenji was my friend or all these other guys weren't popular. It's just I'm going to defend the dude because he was being fucked around with, right? And then of course as years went up, as the years went on, maybe it was 2 or 3 years, like I don't fucking remember, but I actually went to dinner and people admitted to me that it was actually the Team Serious guys that had gone to Tom's house and stolen his games, right? But of course, make Clayton look like he was a bad guy, like he was defending this guy that was a bad guy when it was actually these other dudes that were, fucking with him. But so anyway, a guy named Marcel, and I don't know, Marcel watches my videos sometimes, so he can post it, but as well, I'm sure if he wants to. But so Marcel recently messaged me, and he's like, "Oh man, yeah, I should have had the quote there, but he messaged me something like that. Yeah, man, I can't believe Kenji went to Tom Ass's house and they all went in there and they took Tom Ass's toothbrush and they put it in the toilet and then they put it back." And I was like, whoa, 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 time out, wait a second. What the fuck was going on, dude? I don't know this story. He's like, yeah, dude, they were doing that. And I'm like, time out, dude. This is serious shit, dude. It's like I know the story that they're going around and stealing his games, but I don't know anything about them going around and taking his toothbrush and putting it in the fucking toilet. Like these fucking dudes, people are housing you. People are housing you at their tournament, letting you stay for free, dude, right? And you would go and steal someone's games? You would go and take their toothbrush and put it in the toilet? So anyway, I'll show you this. So I'm like, dude, I gotta find out about this. I'm fucked up. This is fucked up. So I'm like, hey, I need to ask you something. Marcel just messaged me and he told me that Ami and Jake, besides Ami and Ake, stealing from Kenji and them, also went into the bathroom, took his toothbrushes, and they put it in the toilet. Is that true? That's the first I heard of this. I know Jake has done shady things in the past, but he seems he's straightened his life out. Now lives in Cali, blah, 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 blah. Kenji Marcelo flying out, blah. I don't know about that. I don't know much about Ami. And I'm like, well, I haven't heard anything about this particular one either, but Marcel just told me about it. And he's like, was it from when they were younger? And I'm like, that's why I wanted to ask you, because I haven't heard anything about him doing this. Yes, it was from when Jake and Ami were stealing games from Thomas. Kenji went in there and put Thomas's brush in the toilet. That's the first I heard of that, LOL. And I'm like, yeah, I hadn't heard that story either before. That's why I want to ask if anyone knows about this before I get pissed. And I don't talk to Kenji anymore myself either. And I don't think it's something he would admit if he did anyway, so. He's like, I mean, I probably did stupid shit when I was in my 20s. I was still a child. And I'm like, that's not a very big vote of confidence for Kenji, especially when everyone made me look like the bad guy for defending him in the back in the day. And he's like, well, why get mad though? I could see it being true, but I have no idea. It was over 15 years ago. Someone literally has been born and gone to college since that. And this is the thing that I always find interesting, dude. There's all these video game dudes that have done terrible things. I'm not going to show you the whole conversation because it's ridiculous. Because we go on to talk about, how I was the only person that didn't take money from this guy that was flying people around, paying for people's hotel rooms to these tournaments, and I was like, I'm not going to take your money, dude. That's fucked up, dude. You don't owe me anything, right? All these stories of constantly the community did terrible things to people, and abused one another, and I didn't want to be part of it, dude. It didn't matter if Team Serious guys were more popular than me. Everyone wanted to hate me because I was winning all these tournaments and I was exposing all these people. Like that was the right thing to do, so I did it, right? And it's like I'm just constantly amazed that the video game community thinks I was the bad guy back then, and even now still do because all the lies I made up. To the point that people say I faked being sick while I was in the hospital. And anytime any of this stuff comes out, it's just like, yeah, I guess it could have happened. I don't remember, whatever, right? Like, who cares as long? And that's just basically the excuse I always get. It's like, well, it was a long time ago. Who cares? Well, of course you motherfuckers don't care because people thought you guys were the good guys. Like, how fucking convenient, dude, right? And then look, and I get this message too, and I'm like, what is this shit, right? And he's like, I'm not going to read that. It was way too long. I'm trying to say that it was 15 years ago, and I play on a different level now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Listen to this motherfucker. These are the kind of comments I get whenever I find that someone has gone around and fucked people up. And I'm like, time out. I'm trying to say that it was 15 years ago, and I play on a different level now. On this level, publishing unthings true about others on the internet is called libel and has consequences. Keep my name out of your mouth. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude, get the fuck out of here. We don't need to be friends. Stop acting so morally just because you're a different person now. You're trying to act like you have some ego. I don't see you motherfuckers ever defending me. Motherfuckers think you're just so good. It's like, dude, what the fuck, dude? Why don't you guys get mad at the person that's telling me this story? Like, dude, like, why don't you get mad? They're the one telling me the story. I'm going around asking you guys if the story is true. And I keep being comments, well, it's 15 years ago. Who the fuck cares? Of course you guys don't fucking care because you motherfuckers apparently were the one that were fucking with everyone, dude, right? And you guys made me look like I was doing it when it wasn't. I don't care about your stupid high school gossip circle. I care about being left out of that. Why are don't manage Jake? And I'm like, dude, why don't you talk to the people who originally told me instead of acting holier than thou? Because in case you haven't noticed, I haven't gone to tournaments in over 10 years, right? Anyway, and it's like, well, because they weren't so stupid, inconsiderate, drama queen enough to be hung up on the past and put it on the internet. Maybe you should learn from them. Learn from them. What is there to learn? I guess the thing to learn is I should have, fucked with people like apparently, all these other people have, dude, right? Like, man, dude, if I would have seen, like I said, if I would have known that they were stealing from Tom Ass, of course I would have said something. And for them to fucking put the toothbrush in the fucking toilet, dude, like I can't believe that thing is fucking true. That's insane. Like what? And just you just kind of like, well, it's a long time ago. Maybe it happened. People get really butthurt, like trying to be like, I'm a different person. Are you a different person? It's always like I always get to this thing like you're such a different person. Why don't you fucking like show me how holier than that than like admit like all the things the community has done to me. But you guys don't want to be a part of it because you don't want to be part of it because you guys are part of the fucking shit show, dude. You know what I mean? Like I play on a different level now. So the level you were was a piece of shit before. I don't think your level is that great because I don't see motherfuckers defending me all the time, dude. Right? Look at all the terrible things people like say about me all the time, dude. Right? Got moderators fucking deleting and editing my posts, exposing people. I was one of the only guys fucking actually trying to help people, dude. Clayton says don't use his combos, don't steal his shit. That Clayton, it's like, well, if I don't want people to do my stuff, why do I keep telling you guys to do it? Why do I keep putting it out there? It's just this is the community you guys are in, dude. Right? These dudes aren't good people, man. How convenient that people can just say, I'm a different person now, right? Sure you are, dude, right? Anyway, guess the motherfucker's gonna, I'm liable. I'm gonna sue you posting on things true. Hey, dude, I'm just asking you if it's fucking true, motherfucker. I don't want to be part of the drama. It was a long time ago. I'm on a different level now. Okay. What does that mean? Does that mean you did it, but you're not responsible because you're some fucking hippie now? What the fuck, motherfucker? Anyway, like I said, all these dudes, man, this community is so fucking shady, dude. This is why I don't want to be anything part of it, dude. Right? Yeah.